Well, like I said, as soon as I finished working out, I was gonna jump in here and go live. Whether somebody jumped on here with me or not, I am ecstatic. As I put on my introduction here, 1 year. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but basically, it'll be 1 year as of tomorrow since I've had my gastric bypass sleeve operation done. Was that actually done July 26th at South Nassau Hospital in Oceanside. Dr. Charles Thompson did my gastric bypass sleeve. A lot of people don't talk about it. Excuse me. A lot of people actually frown even upon it, even mentioning the fact that they had gastric bypass sleeve surgery. I'm not ashamed of it. It's helped me out tremendously. Prior to the gastric bypass surgery, I was about 250 pounds. My BMI was crazy, which BMI means body mass index, was way too high. I suffered with high blood pressure for years. Let me see, my blood pressure at sometime was dangerously high, way over 200. Let's see, my cholesterol was, my numbers were just out of whack. So, again, I'm healthy. As of when I had the surgery, the second day that my doctor, Dr. Charles Thompson, actually took me off of my blood pressure medication because at the time, even after the surgery, they were still keeping me on my meds. I was falling out. Like as soon as I get out the bed to walk, after having the bypass surgery, you gotta walk. I would get up out of bed, and next thing you know, they were picking me up off the ground, and that's because my blood pressure would plummet, and they'd have to hurry up, rush me, get me back to the bed, and hello, and at that point, you know, I'm discussing what I meant by being by 1 year, and I'll get back to it. My doctors at the time would have to, like I said, rush me back to the bed because my blood pressure had dropped too low. So again, and thank you all for watching, and anybody that's coming on here watching me as I'm talking live. Hello. How's everybody? I'm actually talking about tomorrow is going to be actually 1 year. 1 year since I had my gastric bypass surgery. And again, a lot of people frown upon it. They don't discuss it. A lot of people that have had a good amount of weight loss. Hello, everybody. I am actually from New York. I'm from New York. So a lot of people frown upon having the gastric bypass surgery. And again, the surgery has helped me out tremendously. You're talking about a person that went from over 250 pounds, was on 4 blood pressure medications, on top of being cholesterol medication and everything else. I didn't have to have, you know, and a lot of the surgery that people have had because of like the hanging skin and a lot of other things, because prior to me having a gastric bypass sleeve, I've always tried to work out to keep myself in somewhat type of, I'd say, good condition. Prior to me even having the surgery, I even changed my eating habits. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm in the sun a lot. Why is your head more black than your body? Probably because I'm in the sun a lot. I'm 55 years old. Not ashamed of it. And like I said, prior to me having gastric bypass surgery, which will be 1 year tomorrow, I was 250 pounds. A lot of people say, well, I don't see the reason why. Thank you. You didn't look like you needed to have the surgery. Like I said, I was on 4 different blood pressure medications. My numbers were way out of order. cholesterol out of order, BMI numbers were out of order. And BMI means body mass index, way too high, way out of order. And thank you. And again, since I've had the surgery, no blood pressure medication, no cholesterol medication, and I've watched what I've eat. I watch what I eat, and I exercise, and to do exactly what my doctors have told me to the letter. And again, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I had, surgery, gastric bypass sleeve surgery. And basically, what they do is they take away about 75% of your stomach. All right. They actually put about 6 to 7 different holes across your abdomen. And the good part of your stomach that they take out of you comes from around your navel. So that's the part that actually, even after I had the surgery, bled out the most. Not to sound gorish or anything like that. That part took the longest to heal up. But when I tell you, I feel great. Again, I'm no longer on. Thank you. I'm no longer on any type of blood pressure medication. A lot of people are probably saying that, you know what, I'm not going to stay on here with Kevin. This right here is whack. That's okay. Maybe this live will help somebody else out, because there's a lot of people that have weight issues or anything else. Again, my weight wasn't like anybody else's. A lot of people have different health issues and choose not to talk about it. I'm talking about it. I had the weight issues as a kid growing up. My weight was always up and down ever since I was a kid. Again, being on blood pressure medication for over 30 years, I can talk about it. Being scared, going to the hospital during COVID. When you're going to the hospital, I'll tell you one story. I had walked out of my residence where I didn't live too far from what they call the police armory. And I told my girlfriend that, this time, and I was like, listen, I don't feel good. And she was like, where you going? I said, I'm gonna go to the armory. And I saw where there was a ambulance over there to the back. So I go over there, I walk over there, they know me. I said, I'm not feeling too good. They was like, oh, what do you want us to do? I said, can you check my blood pressure for me? So they checked my blood pressure. I had on a hoodie, sweater. So they checked my blood pressure over the hoodie, and it was like, well, numbers are not looking all that great. This is the dead of winter. So I took my hoodie off, have on a t-shirt. He said, sit down on the back of the ambulance. I sit down on the back of the ambulance. He checks my blood pressure again. He looks at me and was like, are you okay? I said, beside not feeling all that way, he said, does your head hurt? I said, no. My blood pressure was over 200. So they were like, you're going to the hospital. They took me to Nassau County, Winthrop Hospital. And at that point, they're like, wow, they're giving me, I'm trying to think, the medication that you take for a heart attack underneath your tongue. I can't think of it, but anyway, they're giving me that. They taking off my shirt and everything, putting the monitors on me because they're thinking, it's a possibility that I could be having a heart attack. So they did that too. I stayed in the hospital to lo and behold for 7 days while they were trying to get my blood pressure under control, not knowing if I was actually going to walk out of that hospital because, like I said, blood pressure over 200, not feeling all that great. And it was just crazy to me. And I called up back my girlfriend. I was like, listen, blood pressure's over 200. They're going to say that they're going to keep me in the hospital. Again, I was in the hospital for 7 days. At that point, it got to a point I knew I had to do something. Again, getting back into working out, my doctor trying to change my blood pressure medication and everything, nothing worked. So again, it got to a point I went to my doctor, said, listen, what is it that I can do to get off this weight? And he was like, well, listen, we can do I know a doctor, young guy, can do the gastric bypass surgery. I'll give you his number. Called him up. made an arrangement to go see him. I had to go all the way to Suffolk County. I didn't care. So I get to Suffolk County, you know, he said there's a couple of things and steps that you have to go through before we could actually say that you're a candidate for the gastric bypass sleeve or whatever surgery, whatever's which way you go. One of the things was worked in my favor was the high blood pressure. Okay. They took some other tests. They said your body mass index way too high, which was another thing. The next thing was my cholesterol was way out of whack. So that made me a complete candidate for the gastric bypass surgery sleeve. Moving forward, you still have to go for your blood test, a breathing test, x-ray of your lungs. You have to go see a shrink because there's no need of having the surgery if you're going to go and conform to go back to the same thing and doing the same thing that you were doing that got you in this mess, your eating habits and everything else. So again, I went and did everything in record time and made my appointment to then go and, you know, of course, schedule my surgery, which I had it again tomorrow. The 26th will be 1 year since I've had the gastric bypass sleeve surgery. And again, no medication. I'm on no medication at all. 55 years old, I feel great. I work out. I made this month, I said I'm making this goal to myself to not miss a day of working out at all. And beside being an elected official for where I live in New York, Long Island, New York, and having a TV show, I'm a volunteer fireman for 29 years. Being an elected official, you're always busy. And then on top of that, I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Greater Nassau, and I have my own team. I recently just got an intern not too long ago where I had to actually train the intern the way I usually work to help me out with what I'm doing within real estate, which was a task in itself. But she's up to par, she's up to speed, and she's great. A1. So I really don't even have to be in the office, a real estate office no more when it comes to a lot of other things that my intern can handle for me. So she's got that offer running. I tell her what to do, it's done. But again, I say that to say this: with everything that I'm doing, being an elected official, volunteer fire department, I've been in the fire department 29 years, it feels absolutely great. Number one, they had to give me brand new bunker gear, which is a lot smaller than the bunker gear that I have, and I'm loving it. But I'm going through and I'm going in fires now that, doing a lot of other things that I had problems, even difficulty with huffing, puffing, and everything else. So I would say to anybody that's thinking about getting the gastric bypass sleeve or the full gastric bypass, I would say first, number one, consult with your doctor. Number one. Number two, you have to do what's best for you. Don't sit there and, because I've had a lot of people come at me and be like, oh, you shouldn't have did it, this, that, and the third, whatever the case. I did what I did for myself. I didn't do what I needed to do for anybody else. It was about me. And what time is it now? It is past 12 o'clock. It's 12:02, my 1 year anniversary. Kudos to me. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for what I had to do for me. Again, I'm feeling great. I never felt better. Like I said, I changed my eating habits. I've done everything that I had to do for myself. And I made a goal for myself this month, this July. I was going to work out every day. I have done that. I have worked out every single day this July. Regardless, come crook or come hook, I make sure I get it in. And I do it for me. I'm not doing it to impress nobody or anything else. I do it for Kevin. All right. Again, if there is anybody out there in the sound of my voice or anybody that first of all, be encouraging to other people, because you never know later what you may need somebody to encourage you. Be an encouragement, be an inspiration to somebody else. And I hope that this live will be an inspiration to somebody else to do what you need to do to take care of your health. Because we only got one life. We only got one chance at this. One, do what you need to get it right with yourself. First and foremost, don't forget about thinking about anybody else, what anybody says, what anybody thinks. It's about you and your life, what you need to do to be around for yourself. Listen, I have two daughters, one that's in her 30s. I don't want to give her age. And my youngest, that's 18. Not too long ago, recently turned 18. But anyway, and then on top of that, I have 4 grandchildren. I have 2 grandsons. I have 2 granddaughters. I want to be around for them. I want to be around for my family. I'm doing what I need to do to create that legacy for them, and that's taking care of my health and doing what I need to do, because if I don't do what I need to do for myself, I'm no good to anybody else. So I make sure that I take in a good amount of protein. You see me talking about the Core Power or Core Life that I've been drinking, which is very good, by the way. Again, no endorsements because they're not giving me anything. But anyway, I do what I need to do for me. I need to do what I need to do for myself to keep myself healthy. You speak French? No, I don't. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. But again, I'm doing what I need to do for myself. But what I would say is anybody, and please, anybody that's watching, let me know where you're chiming in from. Again, I'm from Long Island, New York, Hempstead, Long Island, New York, which is the East Coast. So let me know where you're chiming in from. I would love to shout you out, and let me know where you're watching from, if you're still watching it. Or again, I'm from Hempstead, New York. So please, but let me know where you're watching from so I can shout you out, shout out your area. But anyway, again, it's about me doing what I need to do for myself, for my health, and to be around for my family. And again, I hope that this live that I'm doing is inspiration to somebody else. Again, real life with Kev Boone. I'm not going to be on here talking about drama. We're not doing ratchet. I talk about what I'm gonna be doing with my show, which is American Dream TV, Long Island, New York edition, where you're gonna see me do a lot of behind the scenes stuff here. You even maybe see, I may even have my assistant, my executive assistant, go live on YouTube live from one of the shoots that I'm gonna be doing soon, another shoot live, so you can be live with me behind the scenes, not a video, but live with me behind the scenes as I'm shooting American Dream TV, and you're gonna be seeing it first. How cool is that? It could be live from a fire scene. You're gonna be seeing me as I'm talking my real estate business and stuff behind the scenes with the my live interviews and other things that I do outside of American Dream TV, where you guys are going to be seeing it right on here first. And again, what I look to do is inspire, uplift. I'm not about nothing crazy or anything like that. It's just not my nature. Also, for a lot of people that don't know, I also have DJ'd for years. And there may be a time where you may be seeing me go live, even doing that. I've done a lot of stuff with the rap group, Public Enemy. Chuck D is like a big brother to me and has been. Chuck has known me for Chuck has known me ever since I was like 13, 14 years old. Chuck D, before he was Chuck D, before it was Public Enemy, before there was a Flavor Flav. It was, for some people may or may not know, it was WBAU, a radio station that Chuck or used to call Spectrum City, Mr. Bill and everybody, but that's another show. I'll talk, who knows, I may go split screen on here with Chuck D, or maybe Keith or Hank Shockley or any part of the crew from back then, which will be another live, but anyway. But again, thank you all for being on here with me to celebrate my 1 year of my gastric bypass sleeve surgery. Again, thank you for taking the time to chime on here and watch with me. Thank you for taking the time to even being a part of my subscribing. Please like and subscribe. Please share with your friends and your family. And again, I hope that what I'm saying here is an inspiration to uplift to somebody else. If you're thinking about having that gastric bypass surgery, I would say definitely connect with your doctor first before you do anything, and then, you know, do what you need to do. Go out there, knock it out the park. But first and foremost, take care of your health. You only have one you. You only have one chance to get this right. And again, I hope that I'm being an inspiration to somebody. You know, again, your health is wealth. So take care of you. And again, I got the Yiso G1M Plus bike. It's really compatible to a Peloton. It does everything the Peloton can do, excuse me, and it's a lot cheaper. The app itself is only $10 a month, but it does everything the Peloton app can do and then some. Now, I also have the Reg Fit, I have the Gorilla Bow. Those are resistance band, different types of equipment that I have, but I also have my weights. I also have my my mat, my exercise mat, where I do all my core exercising, where once I have the other equipment and things that I need, that I will be ordering soon, you will be seeing me as I'm doing my exercises. So whoever wants to get it in and do some stuff with me, if you got a spin bike, or we could do a spin bike live class, you me on one screen, you on the other, let's get it in. Let's encourage everybody else that's out there to take care of your health, our health. Again, we only got one chance at this to get it right. Again, you want to be around for your friends, your family. You want to be around for you. Never take your health for granted. So there may be some times where you're going to see me in the kitchen chopping it up, making a smoothie, whatever. We going to go all in, beside doing the real estate, lifestyle, culture, fitness, politics. We going to go all in all aspects of everything. But again, your health is your wealth. Take care of that. And with that being said, I'm going to chill out for the rest of the evening. I'm going to drink my water. I might just, I'm going to go in and get one of my core powers and drink one of those too. You got to keep up your protein intake. Anybody that's had the gastric bypass sleeve, they'll tell you that. But with that being said, I hope this again finds somebody to be inspired to do what they need to do. Take care of you. You only got one you. All right, get it right. With that being said, I'm going to catch you guys later. Have a good night, good morning, and I'll check in with you then. All right, later.